Hey, what's going on, everybody? Craig with Shipley Transport. Welcome back to the channel. Just like always, please like, share, subscribe. You guys have been extremely over the top helpful in helping me grow this channel, and I'm asking for the continued support. The more you guys do that, the more the channel gets out there and the more people are able to find the information, and hopefully you guys find it good information. So again, thank you, and please continue to do so. Today's Friday. Just got home after a pretty good week, nothing to complain about, and we are going to be talking about booking freight again. Last week we did a video on how I have my load board set up and stuff like that, and I got a lot of questions about, okay, well, you got the load board set up, but now what? So we're going to touch base on that. But before we get to that, one thing that I do want to talk about to continue the idea on the channel of positivity, there's a phrase when you're raising children that it takes a village. Well, in my, again, personal opinion, I feel like a business is the same general concept. There are people out there that have built a business with their own hands, sweat equity and all that stuff completely by themselves, and to those people, I commend you. I respect you. You're a better person than I am. I say that because I've had a lot of help. There are people out there that have gone out of their way to help me build this business. And real quick, to those people, sorry about the flies in the camera there, to those people, I want to give a shout out and just say thank you. So I made a little list here. First and foremost, obviously, my wife. I've got 3 beautiful kids at the house. She keeps the house in order. She helps me take care of those beautiful children. She gives me more support than I can ever dream of. She helps me book freight. She helps me keep all the accounting straight. She helps me keep all of our records straight. So to you, Rebecca, thank you very much. Also to my parents, and maybe not the family that lives here, but all the other family and friends out there that I have that have supported me in this, thank you. I know I have been distant at times. I know I'm on the road a lot. I know I've missed different birthday parties and things like that, but you guys have continued to give me support, and I really, really, really appreciate it. So, again, thank you guys very much. I'm going to give a shout out to a lot of people with businesses that have helped me. If they have a business, check the link or check the comments and check the description below. You'll find a link. If you're in the area and they provide a service that you're in need of, give them a chance. So obviously Justin over at Quality Trailer Sales in Joplin, Missouri, huge shout out to you. Again, check the link below. Jacob Crabb over at Diamond C, one of the very few people that owns a business of that magnitude and will go out of his way to talk to you and describe things and make sure that Diamond C is taking care of you. If you need any welding done and you're in Central Missouri, Robert over in RNA Farms, one of the best welders I've ever seen in my life. Again, links below for all these people. I've got a mechanic buddy in Chillicothe, Missouri. His name's Jason. He's extremely busy, so right now I'm not going to put his link out there, but he has done me solid every single time. Chad over at 66 Garage in Waynesville, Missouri. Guy by the name of Jimmy who owns Trailer Trendz in Eugene, Missouri. They have load trail trailers, extremely good solid trailers. He helped me out big time in the past. Of course, Matthew and Jeremy Yingling, the guys that I leased onto and really got me into HotShot and taught me a lot of this stuff. Huge shout out to you guys. Excuse me. And also a guy by the name of Steve. He owns Midwest Graphics in Rolla, Missouri. He'll go out of his way to help you out, not only on your vehicle, but he does screen printing for hats, t-shirts, stuff like that. Link below for him, for Jimmy, 66 Garage. Check the link for all those guys. All of you have helped me build this business, and there's a lot of people I'm probably forgetting. I'm very, very sorry if I didn't name you specifically. Just trying to do this on the fly a little bit. Made a short list, but nothing major. Also, if you go to social media, there's a lot of very helpful people over there. A guy by the name of Connor Sensible. He's on a lot of the DC pages. He puts out really, really good information when you ask questions. He does everything he can to help you out and point you in the right direction. Matt Reese. Matt is a special kind of guy. He's going to give it to you exactly how he sees it. He's not censored, but he's trying to help you in the best way that he knows how. He's been extremely helpful to me. Terrence over at Bank Shipping, he does things a little bit differently than I do, but he has very, very, very good points with HotShot and how to run a business. Also HotShot Mac, kind of a newer guy to YouTube and a newer guy to the HotShot community. He's leased onto somebody, but he will give you a video that shows you exactly step by step of the things that he did right, and he has no problem throwing himself under the bus. If he screwed something up, he'll let you know so you don't make the same mistake. So again, big long list, try to get over with so I'm not boring you guys too much, but to all of you guys, thank you. You've been very instrumental in building Shipley Transport. I could not appreciate each and every one of you more. Now we'll get to the second part of the video, which is booking freight. Last week we talked about how I've got my load board set up and how to try to maximize the load board and maximize your time. Today we're going to dive into when you are actually talking to a direct customer or if you're talking to a broker. So I'm going to talk about direct customers first because that is how you really build your business. If you're just trying to build from the load board, it's not going to work out as well. So these are all hypotheticals, but let's say you have a lumber yard 20 minutes up the road. Introduce yourself. One, show up professionally dressed. Now, I'm not saying your Sunday best shirt and tie, full coat or anything like that, but show up looking presentable. Ask to talk to a shipping or receiving coordinator. Introduce yourself, have business cards, and just ask them questions first and foremost. All right, if you guys get a lumber shipment that's got to go 400 miles away, what do you guys do? Approximately what does that cost you? And some of them will tell you, some of them won't. You might have to set appointments, whatever the case may be. But ask as many questions as possible so you can tailor your business to their needs. Now, if they only get one of those shipments a month, do not ask them to sign a contract and you're the only shipper or anything like that. Present yourself as an option. Tell them, this is what I do. This is what I specialize in. Have a binder of your previous work, pictures, maybe not rates, but pick up, location, and drop off. If you have a website, like thankfully on our Facebook page, we have a spot to leave reviews. I have taken in some of our good reviews to these customers and stuff like that. Truly sell yourselves. Give them a reason to do business with you and to do business locally. A lot of people don't remember or realize that local business is good business. From there, every single time they call or send an email, don't blow them off. Get back to them immediately. Be attentive and be present with every single one of their questions and concerns. And just make sure you're taking care of them. From there, if you do your job, Terrence, again at Bank Shipping, brought up a good point in his last video. Do your job and people will want you to work with them. You don't do your job, or if you let an email sit there for a day or two, if you don't get back to these customers, they're not going to come back to you next time. They're no longer your customer. So take care of these people. Present yourself professionally and really sell yourself. If you're on the load boards, it's a little bit harder to do that. It's all over the phone or over email. So this is a basic checklist of what I do when I'm calling a broker and asking about a load. One, I'll find the load, click on it, read the notes. I won't say all the time. A lot of the time, they will have the notes ready for you. Say, hey, it's this tall, this long, this wide, partial or dedicated or whatever the case may be. So read that as you're calling the broker. When you call them, make sure you ask questions. Got a neighbor driving by. Make sure you ask all the right questions. Before you pick up that load, you need to know the length, the width, the height, because all of those, the weight, all of those things will make a difference in how that freight sits on your trailer, the different routes you may or may not have to take, and how much you should be charging. All of this is about maximizing your dollar per time and effort. So if you ask all of those questions, make sure that you know whether they expect it dedicated today to tomorrow, or if they're okay with it being a partial. You need to know these things before you give them a price even, because if you don't know these things, you cannot price it accordingly. Then for me, like I said in the last video, I don't care if it's $10 a mile for 1,000 miles. I'm going to ask for 12. The broker more than likely has a buffer. They more than likely have playroom because the entire system of the load board is based upon negotiation. So always, always, always ask for more money. If they want you to tarp it, that's more money. If they want it dedicated, that's more money. If they, one of my biggest frustrations is you'll see a load on there that's 15 feet, 3,000 pounds, but they still say it needs to be picked up today and dropped off tomorrow. They'll try telling you it's only 15 feet, it's a partial. Absolutely not. I don't care if you have stuff on your trailer already or if you have stuff that you can pick up on the way and still make it. That is a dedicated bit of freight. That needs a dedicated rate. So ask for more money. Once you do those things, again, do your job. Once you've got the rate, make sure your setup pack is perfect when you set it back. Make sure your rate con is signed and sent back in a reasonable amount of time. Like I said earlier, my wife is extremely helpful. She can be in the middle of feeding lunch and I call her because I'm on the road and I had a broker call me and I got a load. I can't do the paperwork while I'm driving, so she will drop whatever she's doing because she is helping the business, and we will get that done and returned immediately. Pick up the freight on time, secure it properly, do all those things that are required of the job, and not every broker requires it, but do your check calls. Once you're loaded, let that broker know. Once you have an ETA for delivery, let that broker know, because it's starting to rain on me a little bit here. Doing those things, you're going to build a good relationship with that broker, and they're going to put you on a list so where they send stuff out to you, and sooner or later you're going to get to the point you're not on the load board anymore because you've got so many people calling you and so many people asking you to haul their stuff. You're no longer searching for work, you're scheduling work. It's Friday, like I said at the beginning of the video. I'm already trying to get my entire next week lined up. It's not easy. I'm not to the point where I've got a million people knocking down my door. But I'm trying to get stuff set up to where next week, I'm not hunting the load board every single time. I'm calling the brokers, I'm calling my customers, I'm doing my job to make sure that my next week is set up. That's pretty much everything I can tell you guys when it comes to booking freight. If you take care of your customers, if you take care of the brokers, if you ask all the right questions, and if you always ask for more money, it's not 100% of the time you're going to have the best load or you're going to have the best week or the best day or the best month or anything like that. But you are going to set yourself up for success. Communicate with the brokers, communicate with your customers. Communication is extremely vital in this industry because people want to know where their stuff is. If they're paying you for dedicated freight, they want to know that it is dedicated. They want to know that it is going from A to B as fast as possible. It's called HotShot for a reason, guys. So that's it on those 2 points. Again, thank you to everybody that has helped me in the past. Check for those links in the bottom if you can use their services. I try not to recommend anybody that's not a good person. I won't recommend somebody that's going to screw you over. I won't recommend somebody that's going to cheat you. They've all taken care of me in the past. I believe that they'll take care of you as well. Other than that, guys, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe, and check out my future videos, I guess. We got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. Not gonna throw out any spoilers now, but we got some pretty exciting stuff coming up. So thank you guys again. Have a great day.